Hello everyone, my name is Bets Golden. Welcome to my channel. Today I actually wanted to share with you a walkthrough of some of my ATC albums that I have. These are, in case you don't know what they are, an ATC is an artistic trading card. Basically, it's the size of a baseball card. It is 2.5 by 3.5 inches, and it is the equivalent of how baseball players trade cards. That's what ATCs are, is you can trade your ATCs. And there's this thing where you can do like a whole bunch of swaps and whatnot, themes. I was really into it a while ago, but I like ATCs because they allow you to use your creativity, stretches your creative muscle on a smaller scale. So I thought today I would share with you some inspiration and just a walkthrough of my ATC albums. This one right here is actually one that was done by my friend Linda Israel, and you can find her on YouTube. She's a very, very talented individual artist, beautiful. And so anyway, these are some, like I said, not very many, if any, are done by me. And they're just ones that I've traded over the years. And I keep them in baseball sleeves. And the information is always on the back of who the artist is. So I always can know. Whenever I do an ATC card, I always put my information on the back, like my YouTube channel or my blog or whatever, and a title and how many cards are made in the series. So let me just flip through, and maybe you can find some inspiration along the way if you're struggling right now, or if you want to dabble in artistic trade. This might give you some ideas, because they're absolutely fantastic. And I have things in here by like Lisa Cattell, and like some really people probably that you would know. So it's just super cool. I just love to look through these, and I always find a ton of inspiration when I look through these. I participated in a Facebook group in which people would put their artistic trade cards up, and then if you were interested, you could say, I'm interested and I want to trade for that. This is a hand-drawn one, and so that's how I got those, was I really wanted them. And I've discovered that I love this one too. Over time, that's really my favorite way to do it, is to trade for cards that I want. But what I have I love these too. I mean, like, I like all of these, like Marilyn Monroe. This one's by my friend, Candy, and she's amazing artist, really amazing. I think this one is from her too. Yeah, I love her artwork. But I was getting back to something I was saying. I have discovered that I prefer to say, yeah, I want, I would rather have that, be able to pick what I want. Because sometimes, I hate to say this, I'm just going to call it like it is, people join these just so they can get free art, and they don't put any effort into them. And then you get left with like somebody where you work really hard and then somebody else didn't, and it's not really fair. So I like to go into those trade groups and just swap for ones that I know. Like, I'll say, hey, like this one, I love that. That's by Candy too, I bet. Yeah, I love that. Can you look at my album and see if you're willing to trade for anything? Sometimes they are, and sometimes you're like, no, you know what, your style's just not my jam, which is totally fine. You have to remember that art's totally subjective, and then you move on. But what I don't like is when you go into those groups and people are like, oh my God, I totally love what you did here, I want it. And I'm like, and I'll be like, okay, well, show me your album. And they're like, oh, I don't have one, but I'll make you whatever you want. And it's like, well, no. And I hate to be like that, but I really, to me, it's like, I really want, it's like a baseball card. Like, ask, somebody who collects baseball cards if they're cool with just going, oh yes, I love that one of such and such player that's worth $200. I'll trade you for it. And you're like, okay, well, what do you want to trade me for it? These are all ones that I did now that I'm looking at it. And they go, oh, I don't know, but I promise I'll get you one. You just tell me what you want. And it's like, well, I haven't seen your work yet. I don't know your collection. I don't know if that's going to work. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm being too picky, but whatever. Anyway, that's another background that I'm working on. So these are like backgrounds that I've started, and I'll go through and show you how you can do an ATC card. And really, they're just great to, these are all mine, I think. Yeah, so far these are mine. It's just great to, I don't know, get the juices flowing in your mind. And if you only have like 10 minutes a day, you can totally bust out an ATC card. Probably half an hour. Yeah, these are, looks like these are mine collection for the most part. These are ones that I've done. So I'm ready to trade these. I just haven't listed them yet. I guess I should do that. So yeah, I don't know. It's really hard to talk about, like, people don't want to be critical of other people's art, obviously, but when you have a specific collection going, you kind of want it to match, or you're looking for inspiration somewhere, and it's not cool to say, oh, I love your art, and then say you want to trade for it and then have nothing to show of what you want to trade for it. I've been taken too. I've had people say that, and I've gone and I've mailed them something. I did one where I worked really hard on a project for somebody, and they never ever mailed me back my project. They just took it. So be careful when you do trades also. All right. And then let me show you one more, just to give you some ideas. If you do this art, now I'm all, oh, this is my very first book. So this was when I was trading for themes, and the theme of this one, I believe, was family, relative. It was relative. It was keeping it all relative. So that was that theme. This one was drinks. This one was pop culture. So I was in a group of like 8. And then, let's see, what is this one? All About Me, fashion. So I was in a group of 8. So these were, this one was childhood TV. That was mine. So I was in a group, which was fun because I knew the people in the group. And so it was more about representing who they were. And I knew, you know, so it was just a really good match, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Books, mine was Beetlejuice. No, Freckle Juice. Sorry, Beetlejuice is a movie. This one is pets. This one is All About Me Home. That's mine because it's, I won't get into it because it's not appropriate for YouTube. This one is, I forgot. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what these are anymore. It's been probably, it's okay. So these are like from 09. So these are 11 years old, you guys. 11 years old. Dream Vacations. So that's people's dream vacations, favorite vacations, activity. So these are ones that I hosted. Activity. This one I think is summer. Theme of that one is summer. I believe, is that one mine? Yeah, that one's mine. 4th of July. Barbecue. That's the theme, barbecue there. Camping. This one was all about water. So definitely there's a couple ways you can go about doing these. This one is about gardens. Oh, and then we get into the colors. This is fun. Blue. I'm not going to get into mine because they're naughty. Green. I'm sorry. It's just my personality. Black. Purple. That one was mine, and that one was mine. White, yellow, and finally orange and red. So, and brown. So anyway, there you go. That's some ATC inspiration for you. I hope you enjoyed the walkthrough. I've done this on Instagram and people loved it. And they're like, can you please post it over on YouTube? So there you go. And come back and we will do an ATC. I'll walk you through how to do it, some different techniques on which I do it, because I like to use junk or try out techniques that I've never used before on them. All right, you guys, until next time, I'm Bets Golden. Happy crafting.